And if you're 14, come up in my trap house. I would fuck a bitch you in the 5th grade.
Hello everybody, my name is Bloody Marshall and welcome back to another video. Thank you for 800 subscribers. It feels like literally just like a couple days ago, I was thanking all of you for getting me to 700 subscribers. And with a short time period, I literally got to 800 in a couple days. Well, that's gonna end the positives of this video so far. Now, if you don't know who Viprin is a huge, I'm talking fucking huge. If you play Geometry Dash and you're within the community, you have to know who Viprin is. Viprin is a level creator and a content creator that makes Geometry Dash videos. He's known for making levels like Yatagarasu, Subsonic. He also made Sonic Wave Infinity. I mean, these are some of the biggest levels in the game. And it's really unfortunate that I have to come out and talk about this. And before you make any sort of opinions on Viprin, before you make any sort of opinions on anybody mentioned in this video, just finish the video first before you make your opinion and before you kind of come to your senses. Keep in mind that I lean a certain side in this entire situation, so some of the things I may say may be a little less neutral, a little less unbiased. So it's unfortunate that I have to talk about this because unfortunately it's not one of those situations where I can just bam give you the information and I don't really throw my opinion in there. I kind of have to throw my opinion in here because I definitely am leaning a certain way. Okay, back in 2022, Viprin got into kind of a serious relationship, friendship kind of situation with a person named Meg. Now, this is where it gets kind of confusing, alright? So bear with me. Meg is 16, and Viprin at the time had to be 22 at the first time they were beginning to talk. Now, Meg initiated the conversation. I don't know why this is like some big giant thing that people are trying to make in defense of Viprin, like, oh, she started the conversation, so of course it was just chill. To be honest, that means fucking nothing, alright? If I initiate a conversation with somebody and I'm 14 and they're 38 and they start to send me disturbing things and tries to coerce me into dating them and we're having a bunch of weird conversations, I don't really think it matters if I started the conversation or not. I'm not saying that's what Viprin did, okay? I'm not saying that's what Viprin did. I'm not saying that was their age. I'm saying that you can't really make that defense in these type of situations. There's a couple of screenshots of Meg and Viprin talking to each other, and Viprin constantly saying, hey, you know that I'm a little older than you. A little I use in quotation marks. I'm a little older than you, so I don't think we should be in a relationship. Meg completely ignores this, and continues to talk about how they're flirting with each other and how she likes to flirt. It's pretty fucking weird shit. And I'll leave a couple of my questions for after I discuss some of these more important parts. But during this conversation between Meg and Viprin, not once does Viprin really make it clear that he does not want a relationship and he does not really put his foot down on that. In a tweet of Viprin responding to this entire ordeal, he says that him and Meg got into a giant argument about this whole relationship situation and how they didn't want to date each other, even though later on Viprin would use the defense that, okay, we weren't going to get in a relationship because the age gap is weird. However, if we did get into a relationship, it would have been okay, because 16 is the age of consent in the Netherlands. It is also in Canada, where Meg's from. But here's the thing, alright? The funny thing about this entire situation, and the question I have about this entire thing, is if Viprin is innocent, alright? If him and Meg were just friends, which is still fucking weird, if they were just friends, and they were talking to each other, why does he feel that it's okay to bring up the age of consent within their country? It could just be me, alright? I could be a fucking retard. But isn't it confusing that he continues to defend his side of the situation by saying that it was nothing more than a friendship, but if we were in a relationship, then it'd still be okay, because of course the age of consent is 16 in both of our countries. And that's the thing, alright? I really liked Viprin and I really liked the levels he made, and he had a huge huge impact on the entire community. However, he is still within question. A lot of people have completely moved on. A lot of people have just ignored this entire situation and are just like, oh, well, if nobody really talks about it, then it has to be over, right? There can't be anything more to the situation. And that's one of the most ignorant things you could do. He still is in question, and he still remains to be seen. Well, it's still the worst case scenario, all right? Because even if Viprin is innocent, in quotation marks, of course, if he's innocent, and they were just talking to each other and it was just like a friendship, that's still fucking weird. A 16-year-old and a 22-year-old. A 22-year-old. Is that not fucking weird? Am I just retarded? Am I tripping? Because here's the thing. You are a YouTuber and a huge personality within the Geometry Dash community. You probably make thousands of dollars. You're telling me that you have nothing more to do with your life but talk to a 16-year-old on Discord that you claim is your best friend, and you literally tweet out and say that you felt a special connection to them? A 16-year-old you've felt a special connection to. I can't be the only one who thinks that's fucking weird. Now, when you say someone was manipulated, it's a very, very serious accusation, alright? But I have everything to believe that Meg was possibly manipulated into pushing away all the people that tried to help her, and has continued to defend Viprin in a very, very disgusting way. Now we get into maybe one of the most disturbing parts of this entire situation, and that's Meg's defense of Viprin. Now this is where a person named Rylan comes into play. They're also called Alasia or LexiCat on Twitter. Now they came out and they asked Meg about this entire thing, and what they were trying to do, what they were trying to accomplish, was they were trying to expose Viprin as this entire situation and trying to make it public. Now, what do you think Meg did? Do you think Meg kept quiet? Do you think that Meg was like, hey, this situation's been blown out of proportion, I don't want any part of it, even though she's literally in the middle of it? Or do you think she stood with Viprin and effectively bashed the person who was trying to save her? Now, if you chose the third option, just like Walter White said, you're goddamn right. Absolutely, you're right. Because, ladies and gentlemen, guess what happened? Meg would come out and make an entire document with low-quality, shitty screenshots of some Discord conversations with Lexi, or Rylan, or Alasia, whatever you would like to call them. Came out, made this document, a lengthy fucking document, and effectively bashed them and defended Viprin. Most of the screenshots showed didn't match the captions that went along with them in the document. I mean, in this one screenshot, Meg effectively claims that the person was doing it, the person being Lexi, was just doing it for themselves. They were just trying to, they weren't doing it for the community. They weren't doing it for the Geometry Dash community whatsoever. They were doing it for themselves. And at first I was like, okay, maybe this is true. Maybe they were just trying to purposely incriminate Viprin for no reason and for their own self-gain. The screenshot, all it was Lexi saying that they were doing it for themselves. As in, I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it because I need it for me. And I don't think that's, like, bad. I mean, she's not saying, hey, I'm doing it for myself, and I'm doing it for my gain, and I'm doing it so that I get popular. No, they didn't say that. They were saying it like they were doing it for themselves, like they were ending it once and for all. That's just a small snippet of that entire document. There's screenshots upon screenshots of Meg effectively just trying to make Lexi look bad and make them look like the villain, and pushing away the people who are trying to save her. Now, I'm inside the Geometry Dash official server, alright? I'm a pretty big member there within the creators channel. I don't really hang out in general as much, but I stay in the creators channel from time to time, and the players channel as well. But the thing I'm trying to get into, they have completely removed any sort of mention of Viprin's name whatsoever. When this entire situation went live, I headed straight to the player's channel. I was like, hey, what the fuck is going on with Viprin? And guess what happened? They immediately struck me down. At least 3 people were like, yo, don't talk about that here. Yo, do you have a death wish? Like, why are you talking about that here? Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The moderators of the Geometry Dash official Discord server were banning the people who were bringing up their name instantly. Just insta-banning them. And I was like, oh shit. So I instantly deleted my message because I didn't want to get fucking banned. And I was like, wow. So this is what we've come to. They're now removing the messages of people who are questioning Viprin. I mean, it was fucking chaotic. So I mentioned one of the people in the DMs and I asked him about Viprin, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is nobody talking about it? Why are people getting banned? Because they're simply mentioning his name. They didn't come in and just troll, and they weren't saying a bunch of fucked up shit. They were just mentioning Viprin's name, and it got them banned. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a tale of manipulation, corruption, and utter disgust. I mean, like, in Meg's own screenshot that she used, this is a screenshot that Meg pushed forward herself. Her own screenshot that she made public. She says in the screenshot that she doesn't think that a romantic relationship between a 16-year-old and a 22-year-old isn't illegal, which is true. In their 2 countries, it technically is not illegal, but then says it isn't illegal or wrong. That probably is the most disturbing thing I've seen in this entire case. You're telling me a victim, a person who had a relationship with someone who was 22 years old while they were 16, themselves believe that it's not wrong for a 16-year-old and a 22-year-old to have a relationship? I can't fucking deal with this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Bloody Marshall, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
I sent a cock to a minor. Do you want to date? I only date kids. I only date.
Oh no.
No, you can't screenshot. It's gone. No proof I ever said that. No.